kind of working towards this moment of the first UFC main event, but the world's all different now. It's totally different. But does it still feel exciting? Does it still feel special, even if it's a different fight week than normal?
Of course, it's even more special. Yeah, and I'm proud to be working with the UFC more than ever because you guys are doing a great job. UFC and all the guys in Abu Dhabi, all the people that works in the hotel are doing an amazing job, and it's hard in these times, in these pandemic times. And well, I'm glad that I can still get a job and be able to do what I love to do.
Your first main event, first Mexican woman in a main event, first women's main event in Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. I mean, do those things outside of just your own personal goal, like those, do they mean something to you?
Yeah, of course. I'm proud to be Mexican. I'm proud to be a woman in this sport. I'm proud to represent Mexico this way. I'm proud of my people, of my flag, and to be able to do it in this platform that is the UFC, the biggest MMA stage ever. This is great for me.
Yeah. We've been following your career for a long time, and you've continued to get better. But your last fight, one of the best, devastating knockout. I mean, did something change? Did something click? Do you feel like you stepped up to another level?
Yeah, for sure. I had a really busy year. That year, 2019, was a really busy year. So I fought 4 times in 8 months, and yeah, I learned a lot from that time. Even winning or losing fights, I learned a lot, and I evolved in that time really quickly. And I feel like since the first fight in that year to the last fight, I changed a lot, and I learned a lot, and I fought one of the biggest challenges in the division in December, that is Ketlen. So it was a big win for me.
Yeah. This fight, of course, we had the delay due to COVID. I mean, you had to deal with that. Were there any positives at all? I mean, was it a terrible time, or was there anything good that came out of having a little bit of extra time?
I had a really bad time with COVID. Really bad time. I was really sick, and I wasn't able to breathe that well, and I had a headache, and I have a temperature, and all the symptoms. And I was healthy, and I was ready to fight 5 rounds, and only 1 week before I got sick. And some people get confidence because they think they won't be getting COVID because they're healthy, because they are young, because they don't have any other sickness. But that's not true. We need to still take care of ourselves and take care of the others. And so yeah, it was hard. I spent like 2 weeks having a really hard time with COVID. Then got like week and a half, 2 weeks recovering from COVID, and yeah, the start was hard. The getting again to the training camp was a little hard, but I got to recover very well after.
Very nice. Last thing for me, I mean, I think most people leave, you win here, title shot is yours. And I know you say that you're not necessarily rushing that, but would beating someone like Holly give you the confidence to know that, yes, I am 100% absolutely without a shadow of a doubt ready to be a UFC champion?
Yeah, definitely. I'm confident now. Even if I haven't won that fight yet, I'm confident now. I know I have the level, I know I have the skills, and I know I'm going to improve even more with the time, and I know I'm going to be ready for Amanda when it's time.
Just nice. You said about having the symptoms. We've heard a lot of people that even when they get better from COVID, they still have symptoms even months later. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, I got it. I found it hard to breathe good after that. Mostly I got really tired really fast. Really fast. 2-3 minutes of training, I was exhausted, and I needed to sleep, and I couldn't breathe well. But I think because of my lifestyle, because I'm an athlete, because I was in a great time of my career, physical conditioning, and I was eating good, I was able to recover myself quickly.
When you hear about this stuff in the news, and then you feel yourself being tired after 2 or 3 minutes, as a professional athlete who makes money from that, are you not nervous? Are you scared? Like, what if this is forever?
Yeah, for sure. I was scared. I was looking in the internet what happens before you get COVID, and I read a lot of cases. That's why you shouldn't go to Google to search things. And yeah, I thought, no, you're dying after you get going. No. I know a lot of people is having a hard time, and actually people is dying about it and because of it. And I had the fortune that I didn't got that bad. I didn't have to go to the hospital to get better or risk my life were in risk. Yeah, I was scared I wasn't able to recover myself in time for this fight. I only had 2 months more to prepare myself, and I spent the first 2 weeks battling, fighting COVID, the after sickness of COVID.
How's the rest of Mexico been dealing with the pandemic?
It's hard. It's getting hard. It still, because some people doesn't understand very well, and they're not staying at home. People is getting out, and we are getting higher numbers of people that's been positive in COVID and deaths.
And after your last fight, I think a lot of people thought you did enough to just get the title shot right away, considering Holly's already lost to the champion or anything. Was there any thought of maybe waiting for Amanda Nunes to fight at featherweight and then come back to bantamweight, or did you just want to fight and not wait?
I was just expecting what the UFC was going to tell me. I knew that they wanted to wait for Amanda to decide what she wanted to do. Maybe she defended 135, 145, but in that moment she wanted to defend 145. So I think they wanted to keep me busy, and because then she told them maybe she was going to retire, and so things weren't really clear. So I think it's a great fight for me. This fight with Holly is a great challenge. I think it's a way to put more clear in the table that I'm next in line.
What mistakes do you think Holly made against Amanda Nunes in their fight?
Well, it's Amanda. She's a tough fighter. So I don't think maybe she could be more aggressive, but I can say she could have done this, she could have done that, but we weren't there and we weren't Holly. So I don't know what happened in there, but well, she just got caught with a good kick, and that can happen to anyone.
If Amanda Nunes does retire, because Nina Ansaroff just had their daughter, I believe, too. So if
Yeah.
she does retire and you don't get to fight Amanda, would you feel a sense of like missed opportunity of not being able to face who many consider to be the greatest female fighter ever?
That will be awesome for me. Will be big to be able to fight Amanda, to beat Amanda, to win her. Well, that will be the greatest thing that I could do as a fighter. If that happens, well, that's awesome. But if she decides to retire, well, then I'm welcoming whatever comes.
What do you think of her as a champ?
Amanda, she's awesome. She deserves it. She has worked hard for it, and she has faces she fought the greatest fighters in the division, in both divisions. So I think it's well deserved what she has done.
She's gonna defend next the 145 belt. How do you see that? She said that she's gonna wait to see how the 135 division will play out first.
Yeah, I think we're gonna give her good options in 135. I think we are not done, and we are getting stronger. We have the competition is getting bigger in 135, and well, she can still get busy in 145 because there are still few girls, but tough girls. So yeah, whatever she wants to do.
Holly is a very experienced fighter too. I just wonder, like, which kinds of skills do you think you bring to the table that she hasn't faced yet?
Well, first the Mexican spirit. This is Mexican hearts are really hard to break, and we don't mind to get hit, and we don't mind. We just get into the heat of the fight, and we love it. We love it. We're passionate about it, and I'm trying to be the best that I can be in every fight. I'm evolving, I'm learning in every fight, and I think I have shown that in my previous fights, and I'm doing the same in this one. I'm still young in this sport. I have a little time, a little experience in this sport, and I have been growing really fast. And that's the interesting thing. I have that surprise thing that I could bring. You don't know what I'm going to bring. You don't know what I'm going to do in my next fight. So yeah, I don't think I have the surprise factor.
Mexico is kind of big, like in lucha libre or in boxing, MMA, how is MMA, the MMA scene right now, and do you feel responsible to actually bring, female fighting back to like Mexico?
Yeah, MMA is growing in Mexico. Not that much yet, so we have the responsibility to bring that to the culture. Sometimes it's bad seeing looking at a woman getting hit because of the culture, but it's like a half and half. Half of Mexico is getting used to it and is passionate about it. They love the UFC. We are passionate about combat sports in all its ways. We are passionate about boxing. So just they're starting to get into the MMA and they are loving it.
Irene, I love to see fighters who are interested in the arts. I know you used to study graphic design and you're also a professional photographer. What type of photography were you doing and would you like to come work for us?
Well, I love to take photos of my cats now. I couldn't do both. I couldn't train and take photography as a profession. I love it. I as a hobby, I do it now, but I don't have the time now. But I hope sometime when I retire from MMA, I go back to photography and graphic design. Yeah, designing some gloves, some clothes, MMA clothes. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite Mexican fighter as well?
My favorite Mexican fighter?
Yeah, even in boxing maybe.
Ooh, well, my top are Chavez, Canelo, and Marquez. My top, just to say a few. Yeah.
They were the ones I was thinking
Yeah.
as well. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who do you look up in the sport, in MMA though?
Oh, well, there are a lot. I love the boxing of Justin Gaethje. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, oh my God, there's a lot of fighters. Cerrone, I love Cerrone. I love his spirit, his mental toughness, and how the way he looks the sport, how he enjoys. I love it.
Is that the American flag on your finger?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to bring Mexico with me, even in my nails.